Hey, what's going on, beautiful villagers? Tracy, and today I'm going to be doing a video on Cards I Loathe, Part 3. I'll list the first two parts in the down bar below. I really enjoy these. I really like ranting about cards that I just really dislike and giving my reasons about why I hate these cards. Some of these are modern cards and some of these are EDH cards, and something that I will say that I noticed when I was brewing up this list is, you know, when you kind of get like in your, you know, your space with people, like when you always play in the same play group and stuff like that, you know, those are the cards that I feel like you immediately think of when you hate. For this video, I didn't do it on purpose, but I kind of thought about other people's decks that I've played with in the past that I just really hated seeing, and these are like some cards that I was like, ah, I remember that deck that I played like 3 years ago and I just hate this card. So, I mean, I still hate it, I just, you know, haven't seen it in a while. First card on the list is a modern staple, and I hate this card, and if you've been following my modern videos for a while, you know that I really don't like Tarmogoyf. I've never been a fan. Every deck list that I've brewed up, like modern, my mock deck techs, you will never see me run a Tarmogoyf. Even when I started building up like my modern stash and when I brew up some decks, I could totally see myself playing like Abzan or some sort of like Sultai, like mid-range, something like that. You will never see me running Tarmogoyf. Like, I would not be caught dead running Tarmogoyf. Like, let's be completely honest here. I just don't like this card. I just think it's a big, dumb vanilla creature. Sometimes it's like a 7/8. Sometimes it's just like a 1/2. I just can't really express my feelings towards this card. I just really don't like it, and I will never run this card ever. Ever. Alright. Video makes me so mad. Like, after I film it, I'm like, oh my god, I just need to, like, punch something. Okay, this is a card that is running EDH, and I freaking hate this card, and that is Maelstorm Wanderer. I have so many strong feelings about this card and why I don't like it. So, it's so stupid. Like, it's 8 mana, but guys, 8 mana in EDH is, like, nothing. You're like, cool, okay, I can cast it on, like, turn 3. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a 7/5. Creatures you control have haste. Like, that's just stupid stapled onto a creature. Like, who authorized that? And then it's got Cascade and Cascade again. Like, what the hell? So it's like, when you cast this spell, you exile it, blah, 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 like, whatever, and then you pay those without paying its mana cost. But just, like, I can't even tell you, like, how many times I've just been beaten with this card, and I'm just like, I freaking want to take every copy of Maelstorm Wanderer and just burn it, because I hate it. Will never run it. Ugh, loathe this card. Okay, then we have Skittles, and, you know, funny story about this, I think, like, I was reading comments and responding to comments about one of my other parts of this, and I feel like someone mentioned this card, and it's one of those cards that I kind of like forgot about, because one of my friends, Eddie, had a Skittles deck, actually, an EDH deck, a while back. I don't know if he still has it, I can't really remember. If he does, he doesn't really play it, and I remember like having this commander, and we were all as a play group like, Skittles is so dumb, like, this card's ridiculous, I can't believe this card is printed. So it's a 5-mana 4/4 flying infect. And then for 1 black, it gains haste, and then for 2 mana, you can regenerate. And the reason why this card is just so stupid is because, and this is just my personal opinion, but in EDH, I think it's ridiculous that it's 10 infect. I think it should just be totally 20 infecting commander, if not more, because you're under different circumstances, you just have more life, like, it's a totally different dynamic. I think that's something that they should totally just revisit in EDH, but I always feel like EDH gets, like, nothing. Like, to be honest, like, I don't think people pay attention to it, like, at all. I feel like if you're not an EDH player, it's just, like, not a format. Like, a lot of people don't even think it's like a legit format, so I don't think it gets us enough attention. But anyways, the fact that you swing with him a couple, like, literally basically 3 times, but you could realistically do it if you have like pump spells or anything, and then you can just swing with your commander. It doesn't really matter what you're really running in your deck, because you can just do it off of not commander damage but infect damage, pretty much. It's just so stupid. This card bothers me so much, and now I'm revisiting and realizing how much I freaking hate this card. Hate it. Okay. Okay, then we have Emrakul, and I'm talking about OG Emrakul here. The other Emrakul I really love. I have her in my ladies deck, and she's super awesome. But, And again, guys, like, it's 15 mana modern. Like, 15 mana, you're like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, in Tron runs this, and you're like, whatever. So, first off, it can't be countered. Like, that's already stupid in and of itself, and I already hate that. I hate when things, like, can't be countered, because I'm like, ugh. When you cast it, you just casually take an extra turn. I don't know why I'm going over this. I feel like everyone knows what Emrakul does. And then it's got flying, pro-colored spells, and then, like, Annihilator 6. Okay, I have expressed that I really avidly hate Eldrazi, and I really hate Annihilator because it is all types of permanents. If Annihilator was, like, non-land permanents, I think I would be, like, you couldn't target lands, I think I would be more okay with it, but the fact that, like, you can just annihilate someone's lands and just they have no board is super rude, and I hate that. And, if it's put into a graveyard, you just get to shuffle it back into your library. Like, everything about this card is just, I hate everything about it. Cards should never have been printed. This card makes... Okay, when I was kind of, like, revisiting, again, I revisited a lot of cards that I haven't played with, like, I haven't seen these cards recently, like, that people have played with them, or haven't played with people who've had these cards in their deck. It's just been, like, me rethinking, and that is Cryptic Command. And I don't actually hate Cryptic Command. Like, I know this is cards I loathe. I hate the fact that people tell me I should like Cryptic Command. Now, if people tell me I should like cards, and it's like that instinct where I'm like, well, now I don't like the card because you're telling me that I should like the card. That really bothers me. So, like, Jace. Everyone knows my feelings about Baby Jace. I hate Baby Jace because everyone told me I should run him, and I was like, okay, by default, now I just hate him. I don't think Cryptic Command is a bad card. I think that people thinking this card is stupid, dumb, broken, amazing are wrong. This card is good. It's not, oh my god, if you top deck Cryptic Command, you're just gonna win. No. No. This card's just pretty good. I mean, counter draw for 4 mana at instant speed is pretty sweet. Tapping all creatures someone controls, pretty sweet. And then bouncing a thing, pretty good. Nowhere in this card am I like, oh my god, you need Cryptic Command. It's just an auto-include in every blue deck. No. It's just okay. This card makes me mad. Okay. Alright, then, not a card I've actually really played with frequently, or, like, when I say played with, I mean, like, played against, and that is, I'm sorry, I can't say this name, is it, I'm not even gonna try to say it, but, this as a commander is so broken to me, and it frustrates me. It's 3 mana for a 2/3 flyer, which, that's already good. And if it enters the battlefield, if it enters the battlefield, or a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may tap or untap target permanent. What the big thing about this card is that for 4 mana, you can put it onto the battlefield from the command zone. So regardless of how many times it dies, you can just bring it back. It could die like 20 times, and it's like, cool, okay, it's just for 4 mana. That's stupid. Who authorized this? I'm mad. Not allowed. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Card makes me mad. Okay. Then we have a Mesmeric Orb, and I think someone had mentioned this actually on their list of cards. If not, I'm totally mistaken. I don't like this card. When a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent controller puts the top card into his or her graveyard. I just really don't like milling. I'm kind of over that. Like, when I say milling, I don't mean self-milling. I mean, like, other people milling cards. That, to me, just as a whole, is something that I was super into when I got started into Magic, and I was like, oh my god, this will be so cool. To me now I'm just like, it's not fun. Like, trying to mill someone out, it's not cool. I'm over it. It's just like a thing I used to think was cool, and now I'm like, okay. And like in Commander, like, if you play this in like late stages of the game, it's like every time something is untapped, lands included, you just have to mill a card. Like, no. I could realistically probably throw this in Tasigur because it would help me and it would mill, but I won't because it targets everyone, and I just hate that. Don't like this card. Okay, I feel like bubble types of decks I'm not a fan of, and Solitary Confinement is one of those bubble type cards that I just don't like. I'm more fine with like Death and Taxi type cards, but like these type of cards that say like you can't do something, like, I don't like. And no wonder, honestly, why this card hasn't been reprinted in, like, anything, because it's Wizards is probably like, oh, this card is actually pretty OP, maybe we shouldn't reprint that card. It's 3 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, you sack it unless you discard a card from your hand. You skip your draw step, but you can't be the target of spells or abilities, and you prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Like, this is such a stupid card. And you have, like, so many ways of, like protecting your enchantments or all that stuff. Yeah, you skip your draw step, but all that means is that you run cards that say you can draw other cards. I, like, played Magic with the guy who had, like, a bubble type of deck, and that was all his deck was, and it was the most annoying thing. And I was like, cool, okay, I, like, can't target you. It was a really frustrating day. Don't like this card. Okay, Sundering Titan. Now, if you have been keeping up with my videos, this is going on me, like, it must have been, like, more than a year at this point. You will know that there is this Magic player who I played against competitively a couple of times when I played competitive Magic. And one of the times, actually, oh my god, what was it? I don't remember what type of, like, tournament it was. And it wasn't, like, an open, it was just, like, a game store, like, thing. And I got into, like, the top 8 of that, and which was super cool. And in the top 8, I was like, there was a couple of decks, and I was playing, like, blue-white control or something, and I was like, there were, like, it was, like, at this point, it was, like, the top, yeah, it was top 8, so we were paired off. So my opponents, there was, like, 2 affinity players, and I was like, sweet, my affinity matchup is pretty good. And there was this blue Tron version, which I hate. I mean, I hate all versions of Tron, but especially blue Tron. And then there was some other deck, I don't remember what it was. So I was like, okay, sweet, if I play against Affinity, I'm going to be very happy. If I play against Blue Tron, I'm going to hate myself. And then the other one, I was like, okay, I'll play against that, and that's fine. Of course, of my chances, I get paired to Blue Tron, to this player, who has every single time I played him beat me, because I can't ever beat Tron in my existence. It's actually straight up the bane of my existence. That is the ultimate deck. If I could express all of my rage and emotions into what deck I hate in Modern, it's Tron. I will, like, I'm at the point where I think when I talk about it, I just kind of want to, like, and I haven't even played it in a while, but now I'm like, if I ever played a Modern, I kind of just want to scoop up my cards and, like, that, like, what is your ultimate deck that you hate the most? Because mine is Tron. Now I kind of want to do a video on, like, decks I hate, because now I feel like we're on the topic. Anyways, Sundering Titan. He ran this card in here, and I freaking hate this card. Okay, it's not an Eldrazi, but it's a big, stupid artifact creature, isn't it? You know me, I hate dumb artifact creatures, because it's like, you just can pay it with any amount of mana. Like, it doesn't even freaking matter. And if you're running in Tron, you're running the Tron lands, so you're like, sweet, I got these 3 lands. Auto got 7 mana. Boom, 1 more, and I can pay for this stupid card. It's a 7/10. It comes into play. You choose a land of each basic land type, and you destroy them. What the hell, man? And then, when it leaves play, you choose a land of each of those basic things, and then destroy them. So, like, you can't win. You keep it on the battlefield. It sucks because it does that ETB thing, but when it dies, you do more stupid things. I hate land destruction. I think it's super rude. I'm more okay with it in EDH because, let me rephrase, I don't mind cards like, what is it? Like those lands, like, I can't think of the name of them right now, but it's like, it's a land you Ghost Quarter. I'm okay with lands like that, like you target thing, because they also get a land, so I'm more okay with it. But like cards like this, that is just like straight up destroy, I cannot stand. And then you're left with a freaking 7/10. Like, oh my gosh, I hate it. And even if you like path it afterwards, it's still ETBs, like, I gotta stop talking about it. It makes me furious. Okay. Last card. This is a card that I've played with in a variety of formats, in my formats, Modern and EDH, and I hate Inkmoth Nexus with a passion. It's super busted in Modern because you run all these stupid things and you attach your cranial plating to it, and then you could just auto-kill someone on, like, turn 3 because of your stupid Inkmoth Nexus with your stupid Infect. And it's not, like, I don't really hate the deck Infect as a whole, I have to say. I don't actually mind that deck. Kind of okay with it. It's just Inkmoth Nexus that I just really hate. And, what I don't like about it is that you can only destroy it on your turn with, like, sorceries and stuff. Like, I can't board wipe it. unless I do it instant speed. And I think that's what I really don't like about this card, is like when I'm running like blue-white control or something, unless I have like instant speed Supreme Verdict, like quicken Supreme Verdict, I can't destroy it, or I have to like have a Path to Exile or something like that in my hand. I just can't stand this. Again, I really don't mind Infect, it's just, and then an EDH2, like, just with attaching this with artifacts and equipments, I just can't. That is it, guys. That is it. I get super frustrated talking about all these freaking cards. But that is it for talking about cards I loathe. I would really love to know what cards you loathe, because I always think it's just really interesting, like, seeing, I think it's always interesting to hear what you guys have to say, but, like, really about cards that just totally get to you, that you're, like, you get so furious about them. That is it. I will talk to you guys in my next video next week.